A storm had hit Silka that Monday. With the wind so loud, I couldn't hear if Mason's plane had landed or not. I decided to head down towards the airstrip to see. Huh? That was that mystery man again. Mason's plane was indeed at the airstrip, but I saw that man again. When he heard me coming down the path, he ran away from the plane like a deer running from a predator. Mason! Oh my... Did that man do this? Was that Shane? Was there a murderer in our community? Oh, Mason. I must warn the others. Poor Mason. I had to tell the others what I had found. There was a predator in town and he could be coming for any one of us next. I decided to try the Riggs household first. Hello? Anna! Marcus! Maybe they're fishing on the river. Where could they be? Maybe they're on the other side of town. I'll go back and grab my rifle first and then head that way. The McWilliams have a phone. We can call the police from there. I was so glad Marcus came over with my rifle the day before. I hoped I wouldn't have to use it, but I didn't know what was about to unfold. As I went past the Riggs household again, towards my house, I remember looking at the house as I went past. There was still no sign of them. I haven't been in the bedroom since my wife left me 2 months ago. I just can't. Now I had my rifle and was going back past the Riggs house again. This time the door was open. They must be back, I thought. But as I went in, there was only one person who was back. Huh? Jada, are you okay?
Go away! Get away from me!
Jada, where's Mommy and Daddy?
Go away, I tell you!
Jada, let's go find them, Jada.
Leave me alone.
Little girl, will you listen to me? We've been nestled here since 1973, and we're not planning on going away. Where we've left our hearts will stay. So little girl, just sing this sweet song whenever you think that the whole world is wrong, or you believe that everyone's gone. You're not alone, child, so just be strong. And follow me, I'll be the air that you breathe. Stand by me, I guarantee I'll be the oxygen that you need. Hold my hand and understand, I'll be your outside, let me see. I'll be anything you need me to be, just follow me. Let's go, Jada. We found blood outside Jada's house going towards the river. I didn't say out loud what it was, but I knew. I held Jada tightly as we walked. I didn't want to run. She must have been quite startled. I remember thinking, nothing happens in Silco. But now, I can't say that. I think we'd take the boat down to the other side of town. It'll be quicker. Everything's going to be okay, Jada. We'll find them. Everyone will be okay. Follow me, up the air that you breathe. I concentrated on that song during our walk. That and holding Jada were the only thing keeping me from losing my mind at that point. The McWilliams house looked so inviting in the distance. I noticed the blood trailed off towards the Andrews house, but I decided to carry on taking Jada to the McWilliams anyway. There, Ken could call the police, Ellie could look after Jada, while I investigate the blood.
Oh my, this is a surprise. What are you two doing here?
Have you seen Anna and Marcus?
No, they haven't come by since last week. What's happened, my boy?
We need to call the police. Something bad is happening here in Silka. I just found Mason dead on the airstrip.
Oh my. I'll get on to the police right away, but they'll take a while to get here.
I know. That's why I'm gonna have a look around. We need to make sure Marcus and Anna are okay. Can Jada stay with you while I look?
Of course. We'll take care of her while you have a look, but be careful, my boy. We don't know who's out there. Hello? Yes, Yes, this is Kenneth McWilliams calling from Silver.
As I followed the blood trail, I felt a feeling of dread. I was scared. The blood led straight into the Andrews household, then into the back room, where I found... Oh, no, no, no. Jada! 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 Oh, I wonder if she went to the Clarks. Oh no, Shane! Poor Jada. There was something telling me that is what I was going to find in there. That I did not want her to see. I remember thinking, if this is Shane's doing, I hope that I could make it to Jada and Myra before anything else could happen. Hello? Shane? Myra? Jada? I made my way upstairs. No one was in there, so I decided to go out on the balcony, hoping that would act as a vantage point for me.
Help! Help! Help!
Stop, Shane! Let Myra go. We can talk through this. If you don't let her go, Shane, I'm going to have no other choice. I couldn't believe what had just happened. Had I just shot Shane? I had to. I hoped Myra was okay as I made my way out of the house. No, no, Myra. Myra, I shot him. I know I shot him. Where are you? Shane, what have you done? I was so sure I had shot him, not her. Where could he have gone? Does he have Jada? I had to go back to Ken and Ellie to warn them to get out of Silka.
Have you got Jada?
No, she ran off.
Oh dear. Sorry, Blake. She just shot out of the house and ran after you. You say she ran off? Did she find you then?
She did, but I had unfortunately found her parents as she walked in. They were dead, Ken.
Oh no. The police are on their way. But what are we going to do until they get here, old boy?
Can you still drive the snowmobile?
I haven't for a while, but yes, of course.
Drive to the mail plane. We don't know how long the police are gonna be. I think we need to get out of town. We'll fly the plane out.
Same question coming at you, Blake. Can you still drive a plane?
I'd never forget that. You two go ahead on the snowmobile. I need to find Jada before we leave.
Okay, dear boy. Let's go then.
And Ken, Ellie, try not to look at the bodies on the way past. That scream came from the frozen lake. Jada. That blood-curdling scream came from the frozen lake, and to me, it sounded like a little girl's scream. I ran so fast in that direction, I hoped I wasn't too late. Jada! Jada! As I reached the frozen lake, I couldn't see anyone on the ice. No Shane, no Jada, but I could hear a faint banging. What is that? I thought. No. That moment was the worst moment of my life. More severe than my wife leaving me. My little Jada, her lifeless body under the ice. The only other feeling more apparent in that moment was the feeling that I was going to find Shane and I was going to murder him myself. He had to be stopped. There was going to be no one left here. I went through the trees towards the river. Blake? What? Shane? I'm so sorry. I thought you were the killer. Who are you? I had killed Shane, but he wasn't the one who's been killing everyone. I couldn't breathe at that moment. I had to catch up with this man and find out who he is once and for all. I gotta get back to the house and wait for the police. I can't deal with this. I was hoping the McWilliams had made it to the plane already, so I could warn them of what is happening. But as I made my way towards the plane, it just blew up. I knew I had to make it to my house and hide, as I now was the only one left in Silka. And then I made it home, and here I am, telling you the story.
Blake, that is what your mind has made you see. You know this is just a story your imagination has made up to protect you from the truth. What really happened that day? Blake, we can't help you if you don't tell us the truth.
I killed them all. I remember. Everything was going so well that first week, but I think because I had isolated myself for so long, the damage was already done. The axe I found at the water tower, I still had it. I remember picking it up that morning and just wanted to use it, but not on wood, on bone. I did hear Mason's plane land that morning, so sadly for him, he was going to be my first victim that day. As I marched down the path towards the airstrip, no other thoughts filled my head but the one of hurting people. I wanted people to feel my pain that I had endured. I wanted everyone to feel it. When I got to Mason, he looked shocked, scared, exactly what I wanted. And as I plowed that axe into his skull, I could feel a part of the pain disappear. I wanted more. I still had the fireworks from the night before. I hadn't planted them all. I set them up against Mason's plane in a ploy to gather people there to blow it up and everyone else with it. That didn't go exactly according to plan though. When I got to Marcus's house, I tried to convince him and Anna to come with me to the plane, but they wouldn't. I got angry and grabbed the closest thing I could hurt them with, the guitar. I was going to make them follow me. I smashed it against Marcus's bald head and then took one of the guitar strings and strangled Anna with it. With every death, I was feeling so much better, but I still wasn't satisfied. Once the light had left their eyes, I decided against taking them to the plane. I thought the explosion might be heard from the other side of town. I didn't want to warn anybody that a storm was coming their way. I dragged their lifeless bodies down towards the river. After witnessing such an horrific scene, I couldn't convince Jada to come with me, so I picked her up and forced her to follow. I had set the boat up already. Both Marcus and Anna were there, laid out, like luggage, ready for the voyage. I put Jada in the boat and rowed down the river towards the other side of Silka. I left Jada with the McWilliams just like I told you. But of course, it wasn't so I could go investigate the blood. The blood trails were being created by me. I wanted to take Marcus and Anna's body to the Andrews property. I knew the Andrews would be back in a few weeks, and I wanted to leave them a little surprise, as the plan was for me to be far away from Silka by then. As I was hanging their bodies up on meat hooks though, Jada must have followed me. She witnessed further onslaught as I was hanging them. I turned around and tried to chase her, but she was gone by the time I was out the house. I knew which direction she would be going in though, back towards the boat. It wouldn't have been a hardship to catch up with a little girl, so I decided to finish my plan first. I went to the Clark's house to take out Myra and Shane. I couldn't find Shane, but I think Myra was hiding. I looked around the house, couldn't find her, but when I made my way out onto the balcony, she made a run for it. I shot her. Not by accident, like I said. I meant that bullet. I ran back to the McWilliams next, told them to get to the plane, and then went to find Jada. I found her quickly. She was struggling on the ice. I had created a hole in the ice when I was ice skating last week. I grabbed Jada and threw her into the hole, into the ice-cold water. I watched her struggle for a bit, then held her head under the water until she struggled no more. I was lucky with Shane. I found him by the river as I was making my way back towards the plane. I stabbed him and moved on. As for the McWilliams, the finale was prepared earlier for this moment. I got a comfortable distance from the plane, then pressed that trigger, and I blew that plane up, and blew the McWilliams up with it. And I then made my way back home and... This isn't real, is it? The police aren't even here yet. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, I killed them all. Why? What have I done? Oh, darling. Did this all start when you left me? Divorced me? I just can't. What have I... If only I could smell your glorious scent one last time. Oh? Oh? What? Not you too! Not you too! Oh, what have I become? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. A storm had hit Silka that Monday. With the wind so loud, I couldn't hear if Mason's plane had landed or not. I decided to head down towards the airstrip to see.